Drew, I remember we had a discussion about copyright law, and, you know, we were planning on doing a video on it, and, you know, there was things of what fair use is, how it works, defense not a right, so on and so forth. There's something that Komyar, if you know Komyar, he hosted last show. I think you've talked to Komyar, right, Drew?
Yeah, I've talked to him.
Yeah, so with Komyar, here's what he's recently done. So if you've been following him on Twitter, he was talking about, we went on to eBay and we looked up, I just looked up 35 millimeter reels of things. And they had a 35 millimeter reel of the 23-minute cartoon Pikachu's Vacation, which, you know, would play in theaters right before Pokemon the first movie. Komyar is like, oh, that's really cool. It's only $100. I'll buy it. So he buys it and he's saying, oh yeah, Max, my uncle, he has this equipment that can convert film into 4K footage. So then we could be the only people in the world with 4K Pikachu's Vacation. I'm like, that's great, Komyar. So he buys it, and he's like, oh, this is awesome. He calls up his uncle. Turns out his uncle doesn't have a 35 millimeter film scanner that converts to 4K. He has an 8 millimeter film scanner that converts to 720p. So, I mean, I kind of saw that coming. Komyar fucks up a lot. But here's where the copyright issue comes into play.
Right.
So he looks up how much it is. It's 90 cents a foot. After calculation, he figured out that the entire cartoon of film reel was 2,070 feet of film, which would come to around about $2,000 to completely convert to 4K with color about like $3,000 to convert to everything with 4K, color restoration, sound, all of that. He doesn't have that money, obviously. Not a lot of us have that money. I don't think anybody here has that money. He decides to put up a GoFundMe to ask people to give him money, to restore Pikachu's Vacation. And I'm explaining to Komyar, this is fucked for two reasons. One, if you're publicly going out and seeking money to convert the 4K of Pikachu's Vacation, you are directly stepping on some lines. They have those things licensed for a reason, because when Blu-ray 4K comes out, Nintendo, whoever owns the rights to Pokemon right now, they want to be able to release their own 4K version of the movie because that's what they have the rights to. And I'm trying to explain this shit to him. He's not, I mean, it's not computing with him. And then he's like, okay, well, what if I just have it in my private collection? I'm like, okay, that's less of a red flag, but put it this way. If you're a guy, if you're some asshole on the internet and you see another asshole on the internet asking for $4,000 to convert his 35 millimeter film reel into 4K and you don't get to see it, would you give money to that?
No.
Look, if Komyar can get it to work, you know, God bless. Komyar is one of the nicest guys I've ever met. Let me read it to you. I told Komyar I would link it to people because I felt bad for him. If you want to give Komyar, your hard-earned money so he can convert Pikachu's Vacation 35 millimeter to a 4K digital image, be my fucking guest. Help him out. It reads, "Hello, my name is Komyar, or Ray for short." Ray is nowhere in Komyar. First off. The fuck. I have obtained an original 35 millimeter reel of the English dubbed movie short Pikachu's Vacation, or PK01, and plan to convert it to a digital format, specifically in 4K with full color restoration. The process of converting film is both expensive and time consuming, with a cost of about 90 cents per foot of film on top of minimum processing fee, approximately $200 in shipping cost. 35 millimeter gives you about 90 feet of film per minute. With a runtime of about 20 minutes, this results in an approximate cost of $3,500 to do the conversion, possibly more when factoring in restoration and sound. The funds would be needed by the end of March to have this in watchable format for both friends and family. Would be a pleasure, and as a modest fan of the series, the prospect of a 4K source of any Pokemon material is tantalizing. I would be most grateful to anyone who is willing to donate any amount for this project, and have some plans for specific donation levels as well as some goodies for top donators. This is fucked for so many reasons.
It's just, hey guys, I would like you to fund my nostalgia trip. I really want to watch Pokemon on a really big screen.
And, it's like, to be honest, like I get why someone would, like, in their head want to do it. Like, it's funny to say that you have a 4K version of Pikachu's. It's funny to just say you have it on 35 millimeter. Let's be real. Like, that in itself is fucking funny to me. But First off, anybody, like, let's say if somebody's in film, there's a lot of film guys that are like, oh, well, digital, why would you want to ruin it being digital? Just watch it on your 35 millimeter projector. And so it's like, somebody could just say a 35 millimeter projector is cheaper than just getting it all converted. So is it cheaper? How much are one of those? Drew, what would you tell Komyar?
Well, for one, he's going to have a hard time justifying re-releasing footage he didn't make. And then, even worse, he did a GoFundMe, so he made money from the footage. Did he use any stills from the movie in his Patreon? Did you already link it in the chat here?
Yeah.
I linked it. Sorry, I linked it in the...
Lordy.
Oh, you see it right now?
No.
Wait, I'll get you the link. Give me a sec.
Let me see the link. Let me see how many stills he's used.
2.
But if he used any stills in the movies...
Oh, no, not stills. Not stills.
But like the marketing
the
poster
cover.
thing.
Yeah.
All right,
yeah.
so he did use a copyrighted image.
Probably.
So
Yeah,
he's used a
yeah.
copyrighted image for the copyrighted movie in the GoFundMe. They can, if they wanted to, they could sue him for 2 reasons, okay? First of all, you need to get permission, okay, before people say, oh, free advertising, okay? You don't have the right to advertise for brands and products or anything without permission from the people that do have the right to do it. And that's the law. It's a stupid law, but it's the law, and they can sue you just off of that. So him using the promotional material here on his GoFundMe is a breach of copyright laws, so they could sue him for that. Then, of course, there's the fact that he didn't make that image, and any money that he makes on here, he's in trouble, you know? He can't argue, oh, it's for educational or any type of purpose. He did it. He'll say he did it for fun, but he got paid. If he was doing it for fun, why the fuck does he need money?
One thing I recommended to him is like get one of those still 35 millimeter like scanners and tell him to like do it frame by frame by frame for all 2,070 feet of the movie just to see if he has true dedication.
Well, like if he made it on his own, right? Without the third party funding, if he just did it on his own and he made it and then he went to Nintendo or Game Freaks or whoever, I guess Golden Books are in charge of this specific movie. And he said, hey, I'm a really dedicated fan of this film for whatever reason. And I wanted it to be in 4K so bad that I made it. And this is it. I want to show people this. Can I show people this? And they might say, yeah, sure. Put it on your YouTube channel and we'll claim it and thanks.
Right.
Or they'll say, no, give me that. That's mine now. And then they sell it.
Yeah, no, now that I fucking think about it, it's really funny because he could spend like $3,000 of that. They take it from him. They don't have to give him anything because he technically doesn't have the rights to it. And they could just...
Exactly. They don't have to give him shit.
Oh, my God.
So, like, that's the thing, you know? He has to research more about this company and how they interact with people. There's a lot of companies that do shit like that. And there's ones that are good, that are like, yeah, well, it's great that you did this thing, like Valve. Oh, my God, you made your own sound mod using our shitty source engine before we had any type of editor thing for it? And you did it on your own? And it's, wow, here's a job. You know, it's not like Golden Books could be like, wow, you took this stuff we made and made it bigger? Wow, here's a job. You know, it's not something that I think that they're known for. I haven't heard of anything like that for about them.
Yeah, I've heard that Nintendo is
And Nintendo, when it comes to fan interactions, they do not have a very good track record when it comes to playing with their IP without permission. And even sometimes when you pursue permission, they'll just flat out deny you unless they can make some kind of money.
Hold on. Alert. Komyar is trying to get into the show. Let's hear his reasoning here.
We
make friends here on SoBroRadio.
I'm only worried because he's making money already, like at the beginning. So like if they don't like it, it's hard.
Komyar,
it's not that it's impossible, it's just hard.
Komyar, how much of what Drew's monologue have you heard so far?
I literally just heard the last 5 words.
Okay. Well, basically, we on the show we were just discussing your 35 millimeter purchase, which is a cool purchase. That's a nice purchase. I give you props for trying to get a piece of film history, so to speak. It's that's very good. Also, it has some cool pop music, and so. But basically, what Drew was saying, Drew, condense everything you were saying into 2 sentences for Komyar, please.
2 sentences. Copyright law has protections against using advertising things to advertise for things, which I'm worried about for your sake. And 2, after you make this, because you had this GoFundMe, I'm afraid that in a court of law, if they decided that, you know what, that's the last straw, Pikachu's vacation, you could have the other shit, you can have that shit, but Pikachu's vacation, I'm going to court. And they'll win. They'll fucking win on the off chance that they decide to do that. And that's $250,000.
Or how many years in jail?
Oh, you pay it. Period.
What do you mean you pay it?
You pay it. If you don't pay it, then your kids will pay it. And if they don't pay it, then their kids are going to pay it. That debt will stay. And your parents might have to pay some of it. Somebody's going to pay it.
Yeah.
It's not go to jail or pay it. It's pay it and maybe go to jail.
We have
still pay.
We have a caller that wants to comment on Komyar's recent purchase and recent ambitions. Let's go to Morgan. Morgan, hey, how's it going on SoBroRadio? We wanted to get your thoughts on Komyar's recent purchase and ambition to convert this 35 millimeter film into 4K.
I think Komyar's a war criminal.
Define war criminal.
Well, okay, first off, evidence number 1, at the end of one of your very own videos, he says that he's a slave of the military-industrial complex. So that's proof number 1.
That's true. Okay.
Proof number 2, in the Barney Sanders video, he reveals that he knows what C4 is and how to use it. That line was written by him. C4 more classes, that was Komyar's joke.
I agree.
So we got 2 things. First off, he's a slave of the military-industrial complex, which means he'll do whatever he's told to do. 2, he knows what explosives are. So basically, I'm saying, Benghazi, I don't know.
I agree. That's good. I'm going to give a round of applause for that one. That's a good answer. There we go. That was beautiful. Stop fucking clapping, Peter. Sorry, Peter.
Don't clap for me. Don't clap for me. I'm a piece of shit.
Peter, actually, we were having a debate earlier. You were trying to say that the Hostess orange cupcakes weren't orange.
Oh, God.
You want to explain your piece on that again?
Well, technically, looking at it, I do see where you can see the orange in it, but I, however, do not agree. This looks like a regular vanilla cupcake that, and usually those are yellowy. And I just, I don't really see the orange in it. And I don't know why they're called
Peter, I don't agree.
Cakes. Why?
I mean, it's not a bright orange. It's not as bright as the container.
It's a yellow orange, Peter.
It's a yellowy orange. It's not like a vanilla.
Yeah, remember how, every orange Crayola crayon you would get, you would think it's orange, but it was actually yellow orange. Remember that shit?
Yeah.
It's that.
I have a box of crayons that I could probably pull out.
Okay, well, is that all you play with all day?
No, I don't.
Peter, how old are you? 4? Why do you have crayons?
I haven't used any kind of crayons in a while.
Do you stick your finger?
It's like cheese orange.
Do you stick your finger in the little sharpener on the back of the 64 pack?
Hey, I mean, look, everything's orange if you put your fingers far enough into the electrical socket.
That's true. That's very true.
It's not orange like an orange. It's no orange soda orange, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's not like the Fanta where you make gelatin out of it or nothing like that.
Yeah.
Are the Fanta girls still alive?
Yeah,
no, I think 2 of them committed suicide. Let's find out.
Oh, yeah.
Let's find out.
And then the other 2 I ate.
That's dark. I like it.
Oh, yeah. There's a Wikipedia page for them. They were called the Fantanas.
Nice. The Anthony Fantanas.
Yeah, Carlos Fantana.
Yeah.
Joel's Fantana.
Looks like their careers ended in 2011.
While we were looking around for that, I think it was Komyar who found a channel called, let me pull it up here real quick. He found a channel called Suggested Feet Video, Pokemon Pikachu's Vacation, and it's Charizard's foot being like pulled by rope or something like that. And the channel is Vid Feet Love. This is such a stretch of a fucking fetish. This is a fetish of a fetish of a fetish. Like, okay, being into feet wasn't fucking weird enough. Wanting to jerk off to Pokemon wasn't out there enough. You needed to combine the two of those. This is stupid. Hold on, let me read.
What's next? Mad TV fan fiction?
Mad TV fan. Yeah, Michael McDonald fucked Bobby Lee. Let's see.
Dude, Will Sasso prolapse in my mouth.
Let me illustrate to you the target market of this. This is from Epic Ponage 321. I love Charizard's feet, Catface. Please make more if you have the chance to do so. XD.
What, like Disney XD?
Yeah, like I actually used to think that XD, like everybody was a Disney XD fan when I first started going on the internet and I was seeing people type.
Well, you see, there's a movie theater by my house, and they have this really big shit fancy theater with leather seats, and they call it the XD theater.
Komyar,
What?
talk to the people. Make your case real quick.
Oh, okay. So basically, I need you guys to donate to my Pikachu's Vacation 4K restoration fund. It's gonna be really nice because I'm gonna be able to watch Pokemon Pikachu's Vacation in 4K on my nice 4K TV, and I'd really appreciate.
All right, that's nice. Anyway.